All right. So I've had a client, they wanted a unique, one of a kind kitchen. And this all sounds good initially, right? But except, what do you do when the client that wants something so unique that then they just can't decide? They don't like anything that you show them because they feel like all of your images that you're showing them were for past clients. That means somebody else already has it, right? They don't like the cabinets that person chose. They don't like the countertops. This client just has to have it totally unique. Instead of having like weeks of going back and forth and wasting your time doing all the different sketches and thinking like this is never going to work, I'm going to lose this job, this client, she's stressed, I'm stressed, right? The clock's ticking. What if you could use AI to help out that process? So I want to share with you an easy way that we've found can really help in certain situations.
Hello, this is the Hackhour Podcast, a show where it's all about helping real, everyday, hardworking remodelers learn the secrets to having it all in life and business. And now, here's your host, Mike Menges.
Hey, welcome to the Hackhour Podcast. I'm Mike Menges, your host, longtime remodeler and founder of the Remodeling Academy. Right here at the Remodeling Academy, we're all about helping get your business and your life to that next level. As you guys know, the industry, it's a grind, right? I've been there. I've sweated through the jobs. I know what it's like chasing the leads, wrestling with clients that can't make up their minds. And look, I run into this. You'll run into it every day. We found a client recently that wanted that unique, one-of-a-kind kitchen. And at first, this sounds like perfect. This is the dream, right? But then that client's also the one that just can't decide on anything. So today I'm going to share a solution that we find has worked. And it's how you can utilize AI to your advantage and just some simple little tricks that can get you there and this may help you in a situation that you're in, right? So look, at the end of the day, we want to figure out a way to make our remodeling business simpler. And running a remodeling business is challenging. There are constant things coming up. And that is why there's good opportunity in the remodeling industry because not everyone can handle it. At the same time, we want to make sure that we're setting ourselves up, right? So I found over the years that if I can help clients solve their problems, then my problems get solved. And what I mean by that is when I can help clients solve their remodeling issues, they hire me. So my problem is no longer trying to find new clients. I find them very easily when I can solve problems. Okay. So understand that the industry has changed recently, right? People are more technologically advanced, and a lot of remodelers tend to want to shy away from technology and just, I don't get into that crap. I don't do it. We build the old way, right? Whatever. But there are some nice features and some time-saving things that you can utilize, especially some AI software apps out there that will help you at the end of the day move through struggles more successfully. So look, this is episode 54. This is all about Remodeler AI and how you can use a couple little hacks to help advance the business, right? Win some jobs and cool down some of these crazy clients because people get stressed. So let's dive into this today. So the first tool I want you guys to think about and look at is ChatGPT. And the reason I'm bringing this one up is there's some things that you can do in ChatGPT that are nice. So let's take a peek here. When you're in ChatGPT, one thing that you could do is you could come up with some ad copy. Let's say you're writing an ad for your local market and I need great ad copy for a deck remodeling business. We are running a spring special and need a great ad to attract clients aged approximately 45 to 65 who have incomes of approximately 125K or more a year, and who want a quality contractor, not the cheapest. Please write a great ad for us. All right, let's see what we get. So we pop that in, and see, we want to specify who our ideal client is, right? So now you can take this copy, spring into luxury outdoors, reimagine your deck this season. Tired of that worn out deck? Upgrade to our outdoor space you truly deserve. One that's built to last, crafted with care and designed for your lifestyle. You guys put your company name in. We specialize in premium deck remodeling for homeowners who expect excellent, not excuses. So this is a good ad copy that you can now use, and you can put this, if you work with a designer or Canva, you could put a nice image and make a postcard that you could send it. You could make a door hanger. This could go on your social media. This could be a Facebook ad, right? So very quickly, you have a good, well-written ad that is going to help draw in the type of client that you want. All right. I don't know what your age demographic is and your income level, but you should know based off of the last 20 clients that you've worked for where that demographic falls, and look at who your best clients were and put their demographics in to say, we want more clients like this. All right. I would suggest this is one way that you can help get really good future clients. Now, here's another thing that you can do with something like ChatGPT. Imagine you have a fed up client, right? Someone who's frustrated, they're intense. They're really upset, like you really pissed them off, right? So let's say, how can I respond to an angry client? We were remodeling their bathroom and the subcontractor was moving the plumbing supply lines and caused a leak that damaged their kitchen ceiling below. How can I call this client back and work with them to resolve the issue and keep them happy and still get a great referral, right? Because that's what we want at the end of the day. So we put that in there. We're going to add the client is a working mom of 2 high school kids, high school aged kids. She is a nurse. Let's say she is a nurse. The husband works as a tech guy. He manages a mortgage company's network. They work a lot. They are a busy family. And we want to help resolve their stress levels. Boom. So you put that in, And here's what you get back, right? So it gives you a nice step-by-step plan with a script. So bingo. How about this? It says call. I would agree. I wouldn't text. They want to hear your voice and know that you're being sincere and your tone. And people want to understand that you're owning the problem and you're not trying to deflect or minimalize, right? These are all good things. It's going to emphasize, like recognize how this affects, right? And offer immediate next steps. That's what clients want. Like, what are you going to do? So let's look at this script. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, it's Joe with Joey's Remodeling. I wanted to reach out, not just send a text, right? Because I know how upset you are. And first, right, I want to apologize. There's no excuse. While we were moving the supply lines, a leak occurred, damaged your kitchen. That's on us. I know how much you trust, Now you help relate as a nurse, right? And the husband as a network. I know your time's limited and stress is already high. The last thing you need is more disruption at home. That's why I've already put together a plan to get your kitchen ceiling repaired quickly and professional at zero cost to you. I've lined up our drywall guy, He's available, and we'll work around your schedule. Beyond fixing the ceiling, I want to personally ensure that you're 100% happy, right? I know it's been frustrating. Is there anything else I can do? So you thank them for the time. So this is a good way to help go about and talk with a frustrated client and help diffuse the situation. Also remember, it's important to pause and breathe and, help the client understand that you feel frustrated as well, and this isn't how things normally go on your company. All right, let's talk about another way that you can use ChatGPT in your company. Let's say that you guys need some job site guidelines and policies, right? So here's a couple. We're going to create a sample. Please create a sample job site policy for my remodeling business. Here are a couple things that are important to us. We strive to give excellent client communication and be as professional as possible. And then we're going to add procedure list: professional, no smoking, no loud music, shirts on, no booze, driveways clean, right? All right, here we go. Let's see what we get. So now we're going to get what it says is something that reflects excellent communication, professionalism, and client care. So here's your job site procedure list. Now, of course, you're going to edit this and alter it, but it gives you a template to work off of, right? So professionalism is your standard. No swearing, no loud music, no yelling, keep it clean, keep it calm. Look, shirts on at all times. You're a professional, not a bum, right? No smoking or vaping, and that includes porches, yards, driveways. Absolutely no alcohol during or after hours anywhere near the job. Remind them, smile at clients. It sets the tones. Job site protection. Driveways must be protected. Use plywood or mats under trailers and equipment. No excuses. No oil or chemical stains. Clean up spills immediately. Daily cleanups required, right? Communication. If the client asks for changes or extras, don't wing it. Send them to the lead carpenter or the project manager. Be on time or let someone know if you're not. Don't speak negatively about the project, the company, to any sub. Even if it's true, take concerns to the team privately. Ask before using anything that belongs to the client. Absolutely. In fact, they should almost not do it, but you got to work with how you want to run your team. Phones should be away unless, absolutely necessary. And parking respectfully, reminding them to be cognizant of the neighborhood. So here you go. Here's a nice, easy way to get a job site procedure list. And you guys can then post this right next to the permit on all your jobs or wherever you store all the material. And you go over this with all your subcontractors. All right. Another excellent way to stay on top of things with your clients. I want to show one other thing, and that is you can use AI to help you craft a good idea for a new style of a kitchen for a client, right? So here's a prompt that I did. Give me a second. Florida kitchen trends. Okay. So let's say you have a client and it's a kitchen down in Florida, and your client, the price range is 600,000. So you want to know what are some of the most common kitchen remodeling trends currently in Florida, and you present that, right? So here I can now get a list so I can talk to the client. Like, these are some of the contemporary styles that customers are looking for these days, right? The color palette, light and airy, sand, seafoam. And if your client loves all this stuff, then perfect. Otherwise, you can actually take whatever your client likes and you can put that in here and what you're going to ask it for at the end. So first thing we're doing is we're figuring out what are all the things that are going on in a Florida kitchen these days. And then what we do is we ask ChatGPT to please create a MidJourney prompt that we can use to generate some concept ideas for your remodeling client in Florida. And MidJourney prompt will get posted here. You copy and paste this, or copy it. We go over to MidJourney, and here is, I've already done that. Here is my luxury Florida kitchen, coastal contemporary style, large open concept, layout with light wood floors, white shaker cabinets, mixed light oak accents, quartz waterfall island, seating for 4, pendant lighting, woven rattan shades, smart appliances, hidden storage, seafoam grain tile, backsplash, tropical outdoor, indoor flow, large sliding glass doors, bright natural lighting, soft neutral palette, touches of brass hardware, styled for the upscale 600K home. So you'll look at a couple of these images. I chose one that I like the most and I asked it to vary it, right? So I picked this image here and I said, vary it strong. So here's what it did. It came up with these 4 kitchens. Now, of these 4, I can take the one that I either like the most or I think that my client's going to like the most. And let's say that I think they're really going to like this one, right? So boom, now I can then download that image and present it to the client. Hey, would you like us to create something like this? And they can then offer what changes or alterations they want to make. Maybe they don't want the pot filler right here. That's fine. We don't have to have the pot filler. Okay, so this can be a good way to help. You don't have to be a sketch artist. Now, we will come back and do a real design with our kitchen designer and get a cabinet layout and get exact measurements. But this is just a way to have a interesting initial conversation to help get the ideas flowing with the client. This way, you can be looked at as someone who's resourceful and creative and solving problems. So hopefully these things help you understand a couple ways that you can use a couple different AI tools. You don't have to use ChatGPT. I also use Grok. I like that one. So for instance, I did one here. What's the most popular current kitchen remodeling style and trend for homes on the coast of North Carolina that cost approximately $1 to $2 million? And it will then give you what it believes, right? Based off, and it's searching the internet. It's looking at magazine articles. It's looking at what people are putting on videos and posting on social media. So here's what's interesting. For a $1 to $2 million home, kitchen remodels in this range typically cost $75 to $150, right? And that helps give you a good budget to work with. Now, I think some of you are going to be spending, or your clients are going to be spending more than that, but it gives you a place to start. Then you can take that and say, please provide me with a prompt to provide MidJourney to get a couple concept kitchen ideas to share with my remodeling clients. So here is the way Grok does it. You cut, copy, and paste this right here. Then you go over to MidJourney, right? And I go in, I put that prompt in, and here is what that luxurious coastal, these are those options. So here it is, luxurious coastal contemporary kitchen designed for a $1 to $2 million North Carolina home, right? And let's say I like that one. There it is. So this could be something that we show and potentially present to the client. Now, maybe you don't like those pendant lights, and now that I'm looking at it, I don't like them as much either. So maybe I go with this one. That one's much better. Those lights, or you don't like the lights at all, whatever. I don't know. Tell it no pendant lights. I mean, here's another view. This is a much smaller. This doesn't seem to me like $1 million, $2 million kitchen personally. So maybe we go with this one. This is a much larger island. Anyhow, you get the idea. You have some things that you can work with. You can also, like I have a client in Baltimore City that wanted IKEA style cabinetry, right? So here is theirs. Current client lives in a 1920 Baltimore City row home. They want a modern IKEA style kitchen with sleek modern black cabinets and a white marble top, exposed brick, and large slate tile for flooring. So this is their future kitchen potentially, right? And this is something I can present to the client and say, here's a rough idea, right, of what we were thinking. Is this in line with what you're thinking? You guys make the necessary changes, then you get started with your designer. So anyhow, guys, look, that's a wrap on episode 54. I hope this AI dive maybe let a spark or challenge you to maybe see how you could be doing your business differently. Look, you can totally have this thriving remodeling enterprise company that you've dreamed of, right? You can have a business that pays big money to you and gives you the life that you love. There's certain tools out there that could potentially help make it easier for you. So if something like this you could see as a potential for you, then take the time to learn how to use it and start implementing. Work with your team, your crew, right? Build the foundations that are going to help you grow and prosper. We're always here at the Remodeling Academy to help you do all of these things. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I get it that this podcast is not for the average remodeler, right? This was one that's for those of you that want to rise above and get to the next level. So would love to have some feedback. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Write us a comment, a review. Tell us how great it was or how it helped you. Any of those things would be awesome. And head on over at any point to remodelingacademy.com where you can get more information. You can look at some of our other options or programs. Guys, as always, look, your success, it is totally out there, right? The question really is, are you ready for it, right? So we'll see you on the next episode, and thanks again for being here.
Thank you for listening to the Hackhour podcast. It would be awesome if you would leave us a quick review on iTunes. To further your remodeling success, go to remodelingriches.com.